Hey boys and girls, welcome back to week 3 of physical education. I hope everyone is doing good. Today we're going to continue our catching, tossing, and throwing unit. We're going to start off with some tossing and catching. So a toss is a little bit different than a throw. Remember, last week we were working on throwing. We talked about turning our body sideways, having that arm like an L, stepping towards our target, and throwing overhand, okay? That's a throw they use in football, that's a throw they use in baseball and softball, and lots of other different activities. Today we're going to start off working on tossing and then catching. They kind of go together. So throwing is really good to throw the ball far and straight, okay? That's why a pitcher wants to use a throw so they can throw it hard at home plate and try to get a strike. Or a quarterback uses throws so they can throw the ball down the field to a wide receiver for a touchdown. Now a toss is not meant to go far and straight. A toss is meant to go high, okay? High up, and it makes it easier for you to catch it or for a partner to catch it. Now, underhand toss is just an underhand toss straight up. And when you toss it and you're working by yourself, which we're going to be doing today, you want to try to toss it straight up so it comes right down to you. If you're tossing it backwards, forwards, left or right, then you're going to have to adjust your body to be able to catch it. Makes it harder for you to catch it. Okay? So a really good tosser will be able to toss it straight up and it comes right down and they don't even have to move to catch it. Okay? Now you might have to take a step left or right, that's all right, but you don't want to be throwing it and swinging your arm so far that it's going up. You just want to go straight up with that arm. Now once that ball is on its way down, you want to get your body ready to catch that ball. A couple things you want to do. First thing is look at the ball. You want to watch that ball all the way to your hands, okay, so that you make sure you catch it. You should be using 2 hands to catch. Even if you're catching with the baseball glove, okay, they still catch it with that glove and they put their other hand on top to catch it on top, okay? So you want to catch it with 2 hands. So you're watching that ball all the way to your hands. Now what I'm going to want you to do right now is get a ball, make sure you have a nice open space. I know that you're probably inside, so make sure you're not near anything. And I want you to see if you can do 10 underhand tosses in a row without a drop. I want you to count it out, okay? Try to do 10 in a row, okay? Once you've done that, then I'm going to give you another challenge. Your next challenge is to add 1 clap after you catch while the ball is in the air. So I want you to toss and do 1 clap. What that does is you have to force your hands to get ready. Okay, so when the ball's up in the air, you have to clap and then move your hands to get ready to catch it. Okay, if you can do 1 clap, try 2. That's a little bit harder. You got to have a little bit faster hands. If you can do, then maybe 2, maybe you can do 3. Okay, so you can move that up. Obviously inside you're not going to get very high because you have a ceiling, but you may be able to go outside and see how many you can do. So that was 6. Okay, once you've done that, what I want you to do is, if you can have enough space, you might want to try to do a toss and turn. Now, toss and turn's a little bit tricky because you want to toss the ball, keep your eyes on it, okay, and try to turn yourself around. So watch. Toss, turn, and then catch. Okay? Now, if you don't look up at the ball when you're turning, you're not going to be able to catch it because you're not going to have enough time to find it. So it's toss, turn, and catch. Okay? So try those out. Now for my older students, my 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, we've been talking about flag football because that's what unit would be starting. And last week we talked about finding the laces, pointing them away, pointer finger on thumb on top, 2 middle fingers on those laces, the right way to grip the ball, turning our body sideways, turning, stepping, overhand throw, okay? All of those things we just talked about, tossing and catching, you can do by yourself. Now when you toss a football, you want to give a little bit of a spin to it, so it's kind of going to be coming down to you like a real football would. So what you do, Stu, you have to kind of flip your hands when you do it. So you can do those 10 tosses in a row. You can do the toss, clap, and catch. Okay, you can do the toss and turn, which is something you really have to do in football. Because when you're running out, okay, you're going for a pass, your quarterback's back there, you're running out, then you have to turn, look over your shoulder to be able to catch that ball. And that's what that toss and turn kind of mimics, okay? So try those out today. You can remember, you gotta do your 25 to 30 minutes of physical activity each day. Right? If you do all of those, then you're going to be well on your way to be able to put that into your fitness log. Also, if you have someone that you can play with, always you can practice catching and throwing with a partner. That's going to be great. But if you're by yourself, tossing, catching, practice those drills, and I will see you next week. Have a good day, boys and girls.